Greg Shoemaker, TriStateFootball.com and QueenCityHigh.com, here with George Kontsis, head coach of the Walnut Hills Eagles. And Coach, congratulations on a 5-5 season last year. You guys made one of those improvements from a 2-8 season the year before, and things seem to be looking up. What excites you about the 2010 version of the Walnut Hills Eagles?
I tell you what, Greg, I think our guys know how to win now, and they're confident. And we're at the point right now where I don't think people are no longer going to say, did Walnut Hills win? They're looking to wonder how many games are we going to win. And I feel like we're going to be very, very competitive. We've got a lot of our younger guys back from last year. I think we're grown up now. We've got a lot of guys that are going to be seniors that started 2 years ago as sophomores. We're really excited about the competition we play. We think this year we can actually compete with the big boys in the league, and the big boys in the league being Turpin, Kings, and Wilmington. And of course we've got the crosstown, or I should say the crossover game with the defending state champs, Winton Woods. So we're really excited. But our pups have grown up. They're going to be seniors next year, and I think they're very serious. They're committed. They're excited, and we're ready to go.
You talk about that. This year you've gone from being the hunter to now you are being the hunted. How do you toe that fine line and your team's progress to this point? I mean, you were still 1-4 in the league last year, yet everybody expects big things. I mean, where is that fine line, and how do you handle that as a coach?
I think one of the things you have to do is, through your motivation, is to instill confidence. And all we can do is to get our guys feeling good about themselves, and everything else will take care of everything else. We cannot control anything else. We can't control Turpin, we can't control Kings, we can't control Purcell Marion, our first game, but we can control what we do, and we're committed. Our guys are serious. We're in the weight room. We're having a great off season. Our numbers are way up. The old saying, competition heightens productivity. That's where we're at. I think we're going to have a lot more one-way players this year than we've had in the past. Guys will be rested, guys will be fresh, they'll be playing on one side of the ball, and guys will be competing for jobs. And like I said, I think we're confident and we're serious and we're ready to win. We're ready to fight for a conference championship. We're ready to win a conference championship this year.
Well, let's talk about the opposition in that FAVC Cardinal. It's a very strong league. Turpin has been on top of it now for a couple of years. Kings is always a strong team. What do you see as far as opposition and as far as being your major oppositions?
Well, I don't think there's any question. I think Turpin's become somewhat of a Division II dynasty, if you may, in Ohio in the FAVC. Obviously, Turpin is the team to beat. Kings is an outstanding team. Coach Olds just won his 100th game last year against some Walnut Hills team, the last game of the year. But Turpin and Kings are very well coached with great athletes, and that's a great mix. And they're going to be at the top, and we know that. Wilmington, they know how to win now. Little Miami, things have changed over there regarding their coaching staff, but they've got great players. So we know every week in and week out, we're going to have a heck of a fight on our hands. But like I said, all we can do is control what we can control. And we feel like we're going to compete next year no matter who we're playing against.
I want to talk to you one last thing. FAVC Cardinal lost Amelia this past season. You heard about expansion. What are your thoughts? What have you heard? Is there somebody you'd like to see in, maybe a Withrow, to be a team that would give you a natural rival right off the bat?
And I think Withrow would be a great addition. First of all, we pick up West Carrollton next year. West Carrollton is somewhat of a schedule filler for the next 2 years. I believe they're going into the G-Walk in 2 years. So we do play West Carrollton in place of Amelia this year. I think Withrow regarding football would be a great fit. However, when you're talking expansion, schools have to have all the other sports to fit into the league. And within the FAVC, we have all these fall and spring sports, so I don't know if that would be an issue or not. I am kind of concerned about what happens with the future of the league. If we go into an East-West thing, we're going to be in the same league, or we could be in the same league with Anderson and Glen Estee and Milford and a lot of the big boys over there year in and year out, which is a pretty tough league. So I have some concern, but they could go east-west or they could go big or small. So we'll see where that takes us.
Before I let you go, I want to ask you about several of your players. First of all, your defensive back, Kenny Davis, also he's your starting tailback. Talk to us a little bit about him. What do you see his role as this year? I know he didn't catch any balls out of the backfield. Is that something you plan on having him work on this offseason?
That's really interesting you said that. Kenny's our featured tailback, no question about it. Kenny is a guy who can go to the house, and I know it's a cliche. He can go to the house anytime he touches the ball, from the -1, 99 yards or wherever. He can go to the house anytime. And as we speak, part of our pass offense that we're going to incorporate next year is getting Kenny out in space and utilizing him a lot more within the pass game. So we're tremendously excited about Kenny. He's a great player. He's a 3.7 GPA, very smart kid. He was the 100, 200 meter conference divisional champ last year as a freshman. So, you know, Kenny Davis is the real deal. We're really excited about Kenny. Des Stewart, what can you say about Des? Very explosive, tremendously talented, very cognitive, very smart young man, tremendously poised. He's got a full year under his belt at quarterback. He understands the offense, and he's a great leader. The guys look up to him. Benson Brown, our 6'6" tight end. Benson just secured his first offer. Got a full ride from Minnesota in the Big Ten, and we all know it doesn't get any better than that. The Big Ten is the top of the ladder in college football. And then we have other young guys. J.R. Rowley, who will be a 3-year starter at wide receiver and DB. We're hoping we have Corbin Noshang back, who had a back injury last year. Miles Crawley, another captain, 3-year starter at wide receiver. Keith Benjamin. Jason Stargell started as a defensive end, a sophomore, 6'5", 200-some pounds. So we're excited. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, and I'm probably leaving somebody out, but I'm really excited about the group we have coming back. Cameron Mall's another young man, outside linebacker, started as a sophomore on both sides of the ball. So we're excited, and as I mentioned earlier, all we can do is control what we can control on a daily basis.
There you go. That's Coach George Kontsis from the Walnut Hills Eagles, who went 5-5 last year after a 2-44 stint before that, and they look to go well on the winning side this season. I'm Greg Shoemaker for TriStateFootball.com and QueenCityHigh.com.